Did you know that before Alfred the Great became England's legendary king, his older brother Ethelred I wore the crown and fought some of the most dangerous battles against the Vikings? Let's step into the late 9th century and meet King Ethelred I of Wessex, a ruler whose short reign was marked by crisis, courage, and the beginnings of a legendary resistance. Ethelred I became king in 865 AD, after the death of his brother Ethelbert, and almost immediately, his rule was tested by a storm, the arrival of the great heathen army, a massive coalition of Viking forces that had already devastated Northumbria and East Anglia. Unlike earlier raids, this wasn't just about plunder, it was about conquest. By 871 AD, the Vikings had turned their fury toward Wessex. Ethelred, alongside his younger brother Alfred, faced them in a series of desperate battles. At Reading, the West Saxons suffered defeat. But just days later, at the Battle of Ashdown, Ethelred struck back. According to chroniclers, he delayed entering the fight because he refused to abandon Mass until prayers were finished, leaving Alfred to begin the charge. When Ethelred finally joined, his forces smashed into the Viking flank, and the day was won. Still, the struggle was relentless. Wessex fought battle after battle in 871, so many that it became known as the Free Year of Battles. Ethelred's forces won some, lost others, but the constant pressure of war wore him down. In the spring of 871, Ethelred fell ill and died, likely weakened by the strain of campaign. He was buried at Wimborne Minster in Dorset, and the crown passed to his younger brother, Alfred, who would go on to be remembered as the Great. So why does Ethelred matter? Because he was the king who stood at the front lines when the Viking tide first came crashing in full force. His faith, his resilience, and his leadership in those early years gave Alfred the foundation he needed to defend and eventually transform Wessex into the core of a future England. Ethelred I may not be as famous as his brother, but his courage helped keep the kingdom alive at its darkest hour. Subscribe for more royal histories.